on that into this, landscape beyond that nobody had ever seen before. And that was just a fantastic moment.
When Opportunity landed and showed this outcrop in this sea of dark sand dunes, it was unlike anything we had ever seen on another planet before. I absolutely gasped in awe.
To realize for the first time that there was this brand new place, someplace nobody had ever been before. We were looking at something nobody had ever seen before, and we were there. We had made it.
Hearts were pounding at JPL that night, just as they are with our crew as they strap themselves into the Mission Space X-2 rocket and prepare to make a little history of their own.
9, 8, we have a go for main engine start.
Launch is truly concentrated excitement. The shuttle has a lot of thrust, and so the instant the solid rocket's light, there's no doubt you're on your way going somewhere quick.
The feeling of power is just tremendous. When we clear the launch pad, we're doing a little over 100 miles an hour when we clear the launch pad. That's only a couple seconds after those engines, solid rocket boosters, light off.
And the shuttle has cleared the tower.
It never stops accelerating. It hits 3G, so it's 3 times the force of gravity, going faster. And it just goes faster and faster and faster and faster until main engine cutoff at 8 1/2 minutes. When main engine's cut off, you're thrown forward in your seat and everything around you begins to float. And it's just an incredible ride. You go from 0, sitting on the launch pad, to almost 18,000 miles per hour in 8 1/2 minutes. There's no doubt in your mind you are smoking.
While our recruits head to the dispatch room, the mission control team members are carrying out their pre-flight procedures. Just like mission control in Houston, engineers, software technicians, and flight personnel are checking and rechecking all systems in preparation for launch.
Mission Control, this is the firing room. Give us the go, no-go for launch.
You are go for launch.
We have main engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Main engine cutoff.
All right!
Pilot, initiate second stage rocket and deploy spacecraft shields. Navigator, fire rockets to initiate slingshot assist.
When we return, we'll see if Mission Control can help guide our recruits through the ultimate training challenge, an asteroid dodging dash toward Mars.
Experts at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, design and build spacecrafts that are used in NASA's exploratory missions.
Welcome back to Mission Space. Now, teamwork is the key to every successful mission in space, and our astronaut recruits are finding out about that right now.
Pilot, begin descent to Mars.
Welcome back. Mission accomplished. So, how was it?
It was absolutely fantastic.
Describe for me the feeling at launch, Seth.
Well, there's a lot of G-force to it. Feels like you're right there with them. You just got to brace yourself and hold on.
And when you finally got to Mars, can anybody tell me what it looked like?
Yeah, I couldn't believe how realistic it was. It actually felt like we were on Mars. It's crazy.
Well, there's a reason for that. The computer-generated, or CG, imagery that you guys just saw was created by a team at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory using actual images taken of Mars. So that's about as realistic a view of the Martian surface as you can get without actually being there.
In order to make our version of Mars, we went to a couple different sources. We got the topographic data and we also got actual high-resolution photographs from the orbiters that are circling Mars. So we took that data and we put Mars together, and then we art directed it a little bit. We had to pick a landing site. We wanted a flight path that would go over some of the most interesting landforms, and so if you look at our Mars, the polar cap is moved a little bit.
It was darn good. I was very impressed, and frankly, I thought it looked just great. The fact is that it looks a lot like what Gusev crater looks like, what Spirit has been roaming around in.
One of the most exciting things about working in the attraction was the relationship that we had with JPL and with NASA. We really felt like we could call our contact at any time with any of our needs, and they would get us the person who really had the answers. And every single one of them seemed so interested in what they do and so excited about it and really motivated to share it, not just with us, but with all of our guests.
So whenever I personally can share the excitement about what I had to do and what we've been able to accomplish with this mission, I feel great about that.
Spirit and Opportunity landed just after the new year, following a 300-mile voyage. Our rovers have discovered fascinating information about Mars, and has proven that it is at its landing site, Meridiani Planum, was once a shallow sea.
On a higher level, we were all really inspired by the idea of exposing particularly children to the space program and getting them excited about it so that maybe we would help inspire the next generation of space explorers.
Just as with Mission Space, the Mars Exploration Rover's mission came together because a lot of individuals with distinct talents worked together as a team on a single goal: to explore the mysteries of the Red Planet. The images and discoveries that Spirit and Opportunity are beaming back are literally rewriting our knowledge of our closest planetary neighbor.
The Doppler signature indicates cruise stage separation has occurred.
Copy that.
All systems are go for entry, descent, and landing. We are roughly 11 minutes, 48 seconds from landing at the Gusev crater in the southern hemisphere of Mars. This time, we'd like to invite you to sit back and enjoy the landing.
Atmospheric entry, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
The vehicle is now hit the top of the Martian atmosphere. The velocity will continue to increase for the next minute. We are now moving at a speed of 12,192 miles per hour. Downrange distance to the landing site is 437 miles.
This team works so well together. It has been a tremendous experience. I think working in the middle of the night, day after day, night after night, you get to know people pretty well.
And a good evening from the flight deck of the Opportunity. This time we are approximately 5 minutes, 53 seconds from landing at the Meridiani Plains near the equator of Mars. Over the next minute, we should begin to receive electronic tones from the spacecraft indicating a gradual deceleration.
Definitely my most memorable moment was the first day that I actually drove the rover. I did all the commands and had the simulation working just the way I wanted and everything, and went home and was trying to go to sleep and realized that 100 million miles away on another planet, there was a robot that was doing what I told it to do. One of the great things about the rovers is, they're about your height, they have stereo color vision, they see the world as you would see it, and so they give you the sense of having your feet in the dirt.
The most amazing thing about the Mars Exploration Rover mission is that it has found evidence for past standing bodies of liquid water. And what's so amazing about that is wherever on Earth we have found evidence for liquid water, wherever we find liquid water on Earth, we find evidence of life.
The rover's achievements exceeded everyone's expectations, and their 90-day mission was extended. But the folks at NASA are not letting any microbes grow on them. Nope, they've got plans.
Mars has awed the imagination of humans for centuries. So it is a natural, it looks like a place to expand the human spirit and continue to explore.
I think it's a virtual certainty that we will have astronauts on Mars one day. The only question is really just when. And with the President's recent announcement about a whole new exploration initiative, that date is a lot closer than it used to be.
But once there, the kinds of things that humans can do, as remarkable as Spirit and Opportunity have been, is we can accomplish all of what they've done in the last 90 days in one day with one human being.
For a human to go to Mars will take at least as we see it today, almost a year-round trip, traveling about a year on the Mars. So you're gone for 2 years. A human being needs 6 pounds of water a day to survive, just to drink. That's a ton of water per person.
I would love if they sent a human crew to Mars, especially if I were on it. If they want to send one tomorrow, I'll go. I'm there. I just think that would be the best thing in the world.
I would love to go to Mars if I got the chance. Unfortunately, I think I may be a little bit too old by the time we're ready to go. And I think some of the young guys who are coming in now will probably be just primed for that mission.
I would go in a heartbeat. If we had a ship ready, we were all prepared to go, and they were looking for volunteers to go to Mars, I would raise my hand and say, send me.
So, is there life on Mars? For centuries, we have pondered that question. The recent discoveries from the Mars rovers hint that there might have been long ago, and perhaps still is, life on Mars. And as for the future, NASA is going after the dream that has always enticed the human race, to send a crew to the Red Planet. So how about you? Mission Space awaits your arrival. I'm LeVar Burton. Good night, Godspeed, and I'll see you next time.